This is about the AI 171 crash we had on 12th June at Ahmedabad. Many theories are being propounded for the crash. The first theory which is being put out is the pilot error. One of the experts has commented that the pilot, instead of retracting the landing gear, pulled on the flaps, and this led to loss of power. But this is very unlikely because the landing gear lever and the flaps are clearly marked and very much uh, distant, and both the pilots were experienced, and it's highly unlikely that they can make such kind of error. Another theory is of the bird hit, but there were no birds being seen, and for the engines to fail due to the bird hit, it should be a large flock of birds, and both of them hitting the both the engines being hit by the birds is again a very unlikely thing. And we know that the engines lost power as the pilot shouted for with the mayday signal. Another reason can be the bleed valves remaining opening, because at that time the power required, like when he was climbing, the power required is the maximum, and if the bleed valve remains open, then the engine will stall. But again, both the engines getting stalled, both the engines having a malfunction of the bleed valves looks unlikely. And if one engine had a bleed valve issue, then we would have seen some kind of a yaw, which we didn't. We could see that smooth takeoff of the aeroplane. So this now that leaves us with the only possibility of the fuel system having a problem. It's sure that the engines lost power, and the only thing remaining is that the fuel system was having a problem. The fuel system, this Dreamliner has 3 fuel tanks connected with a system of fuel pumps, fuel filters, and motor operated valves, or the MOVs, which together supply the fuel to the two engines. Now, the fuel itself being contaminated again seems unlikely, because the same fuel is giving the fuel to the other aircrafts also, and the aircraft must have got a refueling at Delhi and Ahmedabad. And of course, if I were the investigating agency, then the first thing I would have done is seized all that refueling equipment for further investigation. I don't know whether it has been done or not till now, to see if any telltale signs are there of mishandling or tampering with the system. Then another reason, another thing with the fuel system can be the fuel filters clogging the lines, leading to starvation in the engines. That is possible. There were some cases earlier in which some of the fuel filters have swollen and clogged the lines and starved the engine. So that we don't know whether the flight data recorder will be able to help with that or not. Another possibility which looks to me is the MOVs being stuck in some closed position, and the MOVs themselves are powered by 28-volt DC supply. So if something happened in the battery bank, or the batteries got burnt out, and that led to the MOVs not opening, so that is one possibility which has to be seen, which looks a bit likely possibility. Another remote possibility is that the weight of the payload may have been entered incorrectly. This aircraft can take, I think, probably a load of around 225 tons. So if instead of 225 tons, the load entered was 200 tons, or maybe something around lesser than 225, which it can take, and then the computers will give the engine power for the lesser payload, and if the payload is higher, then it won't take off. That's again a possibility, though a remote one, because all the people involved in the chain are quite experienced people, whether it's the pilot or the ground staff or the engineers themselves. So there's a fuel system or the incorrect entry of the payload may be one of the issues which need to be looked at deeply in the investigations. And that's all I can say with my quite a lot of experience of working on gas turbines. So let us see what happens, though it was a very tragic accident, and we know that only one survivor is there out of 242. So let us wait for the investigation. Thank you.